Vintage analysis is a method of evaluating the credit quality of a loan portfolio. The term vintage is borrowed from the world of wine, in that a vintage wine is one made from grapes that were all or primarily grown or harvested in a single specific year. In the credit risk, the term vintage referred to the time when account was open. It could be months or quarter. This method allows to calculate the performance and losses of a portfolio in different periods of time after the loan was granted. Performance can be measured in the form of cumulative charge-off rate, proportion of customers past due, utilization ratio, average balance, etc. The method is widely used in the analysis of retail credit card and mortgage portfolios, but it is also one of the several methodologies financial institutions are using for the current expected credit loss model. The vintage analysis is used for a variety of purposes, for example to identify if accounts open in particular months or quarter are riskier than others, to determine the optimal period of performance window in development of scoreboard, monitor or track risk of portfolio, estimate minimum months required after that we can cross-sell to new customer, forecast risk, and also can be used in stress testing. Let's check some examples. We consider that the customer with 3 months or more past due are bad customers. We have 6 different open periods and the data for them. 36 months window starting from first quarter of 2016. First quarter of 2016 is the period when accounts were opened and we have their performance in the next 36 months. 30 months window starting from third quarter 2016 for account open in third quarter. We only have 30 months of data. 24 months window starting from first quarter of 2017, etc. Next step is to calculate the cumulative percent of bad customers or cumulative charge-off rate against months on book, which is the number of months that have completed since the loan origination date. The date shows that 0.55% of customers who opened their account in first quarter of 2016 were 19 days past due after the first year. Similarly, 0.65% of customers who opened account in third quarter of 2017 were bad customers after the first year. Here is a plot of this data where you can see the growth trend of bad rates. So, what we can do with the data? For example, we can try to predict bad customers. For that we can try to use average value of similar periods for other loans where we have data to predict performance on the same period. In other words, if we use performance after 18 months of accounts opened since first quarter of 2016 to third quarter 2017, then we can estimate performance for accounts open in first quarter and third quarter of 2017 for the same period of time. After the calculation, we will have table like this. Marked data is the data calculated based on data from previous table. We can also plot this data. This illustration is usefulness of vintage analysis at forecasting tool. In this case, vintage data analysis can help to track trends and help to estimate our losses in near future. In addition to life of loan loss data, Primary drivers like microeconomics indicators can be added to the expected loss calculation to reach a forecast supported by data points. For example, by identifying the unemployment rate as a primary driver of changes in the international, national, regional, and local conditions, we can look for trends that correlate to historical loss experience. If an increase in an unemployment rate leads to increase in charge-off 6 months later, this information can be factored into forward-looking loss projection. The goal is to express impact of changes in external factors while incorporating analysis of where the loan pool is in its loss history.